Hello, everybody. We're live. Let's see who's here. Board Roberto's here 30 minutes early. Hello, Martin. Chet Baker discussion. Roberto, 3 Blind Mice. Hey, Gary. The Ingroove did a video dropped this morning. Go watch it. He reviews it and compares it to the other versions he has. I think he liked it a lot. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Yeah. No shit yet. Yeah, he loves it, Chris. And Bernie did a heck of a job. And what's up, John Young? And I don't know if this is the Discord gang. CJ, no. Rob is here. Yeah. Hi, Rob. Hello. How are you? How's everyone doing? Hello. I don't know if anyone's going to join me. Not a huge... What's up, Nicole? And hello. Maybe. Hello. And let's see. Please don't make trouble, Loki. Okay. I have a bunch of kick-ass records to show. I did some listening today. Was busy, and I have an event to go to tonight in a couple hours, within walking distance of mine, of me, where I am. I've invited some people. If anyone would like to come up, let me know. What's up, CJ? How you doing? And I don't know if there was any big news. I thought, Roberto, I saw that you posted about 3 Blind Mice. That are they doing it, or is Light in the Attic doing it? Let me know. And they plan to reissue all their hundreds of albums. I just saw that little thing you posted in the Discord. I showed this record last on the Jazz Bombs on Friday, but I did not listen to it yet. And after I left the stream, I did. And you'll see why I'm showing this again when I show the other records I picked up. But this is the 1980 reissue of, this one's called Bad News Blues, Roy Haynes and Booker Irving. Got that sticker on it. It's Booker Irving, Roy Haynes, Ronnie Matthews, and Larry Riley. And it originally came out as Cracklin' on Prestige. But this kicks ass. Even this pressing sounds great. Probably the cheaper way to find it. I know there's a European gray market version. Don't get that. See if you can find this one. Somehow I found it sealed from a seller on Amazon for $20. So I think it goes from there on up. But this is killer. And the reason you'll know that it's killer is because of the other stuff I show, where I've kind of firmed up my Booker Irving collection. I think I'm 2 Booker Irving records away. Maybe just one. There's a live album, I think, with him and Dexter Gordon. That one I'm off. I don't have that one yet. I've come across it a few times, but didn't pull the trigger. So wait till I show more. It's good stuff. And I got some records in the mail that I talked about ordering. That's not pre-OJC. This is as strict as I guess it's sort of tail end when they started doing the green label Prestige. So maybe I kind of feel like those contemporary late 70s contemporaries are pre-OJC. So this covers a lot better than those at that time period OJCs. I mean, those late pre-OJCs. Uh-oh. Booker Keeper, yeah. Is this the kind of humor you give your patients, man? Are they all Novocained up and can't leave the chair? Let me know in the comments below. Well, I'll show some more. But, Felipe has the link if he wants to come up. So I went into a record store, and they were just pricing these records. And they priced them way below what they go for. Here's a bunch that I got in the mail. And I'll start showing them from they're all kick-ass. So this is I guess a second pressing of Coleman Hawkins Nighthawk. It's a mono. It's a I'll show you the cover first before I show you the label. This is a Swingville. Coleman Hawkins, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Tommy Flanagan, Ron Carter, and Gus Johnson. I had a 72 pressing with a different cover that I'm sending on to Jazz Bomb Mike, but this is killer. This sounds so good. Even the 72, I compared them. 72 sounds really good, but kick butt. This is RVG in the Dead Wax mono. These records, whoever had them, they were in plastic sleeves. I put them in different sleeves. Sounds incredible. Just killer. Great late night record to put on. So pick that one up. Hold on, just seeing where we're at. Yeah, it's swinging. It's pretty nice. This is Chris from West Virginia who comes on Rachel's. So hey, Chris. All right, next one. Let's put these in some good order. So the reason I showed that Booker Irvin is I picked up 2 more Booker Irvins, and I had been looking. Like I didn't have a good day. I went to go to Safari to get one record, and someone got it before I did. So I was like left. Then I went into the store, man, and we'll go with this one. OG original mono, Booker Irvin, the Blues Book, Carmel Jones, Gildo Mahones, which I don't know how much he did. I think I have a twofer of 2 records that gave him the leader. Richard Davis and Alan Dawson, and this thing smokes. All Booker Irvin led records smoke. And this is an OG mono. It came out as a blue label Trident, and clean as hell. Sounds beautiful. Van Gelder in the Dead Wax. Has some marks on it, but it just plays amazing. This just is kill. Yeah, Jeffrey, it's killer. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, I assume people give him the due, but other than that Bethlehem reissue, I haven't seen any in the Chad reissues. This slays. Next, this is the stereo of Groovin' High. Basically, I assume that's from the same photo session, no? So these records were probably recorded at the same time. 66. So killer, except maybe a couple other, because you got Carmel Jones, Gildo Mahones plays piano, and then Jackie Bird plays piano, Richard Davis and Alan Dawson. So Jackie Bird plays on 3 songs and Gildo plays on 1. This is the cooker of this. Just kills, slays. So those. So I'm pretty shoring up my Booker Irvin collection there. Yeah, they're great pressings, and at the same time. Okay, next is this one. Spellbound, Hamed Abdul Malik with Ray Nance and Sheldon Powell. So I didn't know much about him, and this dude only recorded for a very short period of time. I read a very interesting article on him. If people don't know who he is, because I have his first album that somehow I got for no money, and that goes for a lot. And he was kind of mysterious dude who showed up on the scene. I think maybe he lied a little bit about who he is. So is you're asking, or you know? I mean, I don't know. So This is his last album. I think he only did 5 or 6 for Prestige, and then he just left recording and went into teaching. This is him, Ray Nance on cornet and violin, Sheldon Powell on tenor sax and flute, Paul Neves on piano, Walter Perkins on drums, and Hamaza Eldine on oud, which is, I guess, an instrument he was proficient on. Like I don't know. I'm assuming an oud is a Indian mandolin type of instrument. But this is a little more mainstreamy than his stuff. Yeah. You would poop if you knew how much I paid for all these records each. They way underpriced them. And this is on Status, and it actually sounds really good. It's not noisy vinyl, which is typically I find on these Status. And this is Van Gelder and the Dead Wax. He did this one. Yeah, crazy. No, I don't know if Mazzy will come and anyone will bother me. I'll just ramble as much as I can for the rest of the stream. Everyone's too busy today to join in on the Tuesday festivities. Okay, so this is killer. Probably more mainstreamy, but this was his last record. I mean, other than gray market stuff, these records were kind of pressed once. His stuff, so it seems strange that they haven't reissued them. I don't know if the tapes are lost or whatever. I mean, I could dig out his first record. I have it over here. That one I might be parting ways with because it's worth a lot, and I'm really not into it. Okay, this is the star of the batch of all these pickups. In OG mono of Free for All, Art Blakey. This incarnation of the jazz master Freddie Hubbard, Curtis Fuller, Wayne Shorter, Cedar Walton, and Reggie Workman. And this is a New York label, Pressing Ear in the Dead Wax. And it's my favorite. Even before, I've been looking for a copy of it, other than the Blue Note 75th. And I stream this all the time in the car. This is by far my favorite Art Blakey record. Uh-oh. Get ready for trouble.
You want me and you hate me, but you text me a link. So, of course, you want me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I didn't blast you. So
I'm just kidding.
This is killer. This is my favorite Art Blakey record. And it's obviously jazz. But out of all the jazz records I own, this is as powerful as a rock record. It's like everyone's playing angry on this record, and it's killer. They're playing so angry in a good way.
So angry.
Yeah, this is just a good. I'm amazed that they haven't reissued this.
I have that. I think I have it as a.
You have the Music Matters.
Yeah.
But this is mono.
They will.
I'm guessing you have the stereo version.
I guess so.
All right, so I think his name's Dave. He came up on the Jazz Bums and showed a record from this record company, Candace Jazz Records out of New York. And they have a website, and they seem to just have a ton of dead stock on their records. So I went there and ended up ordering 4 records from them. And here's the record he showed. This Dwight James Inner Heat. And I just listened to this. I got them today. I cleaned and listened to this, and this record's amazing. I don't know how. I think Billy from Billy's Record Salon said there are only a few copies left. This was only $26. I highly recommend, if there are copies available, you get this. It's killer. It's Dwight James plays drums. And Bernard Lancaster, who I know is a Philly dude, just kills on alto sax. I don't know Mitty Middleton on tenor sax, Clarence Bradley on trumpet, and Khan Jamal on vibes. I know him. I have some other records with him and Bard, and Harold Cooper. This is just a killer avant-garde jazz, but it is just so good. And it sounds good and it's worth it. Yeah, if it's still there, go to their site and order this one. So this is the only one out of the batch I've listened to, and I'll show you the other ones and why I picked them up. And they were nice enough to throw in a bunch of CDs. I guess ones that weren't selling. So I picked this up. They were all sealed. I opened this. Barbara Donald, I know in Unity. She was married to Sonny Simmons and plays trumpet. And then Carter Jefferson's on here. So I knew her, so that's why I picked them up, both on this. Then there's a live album with them. It's just these are horribly made covers. There's Olympia Live. This is, I think, a club in DC they played at. And so I picked this up. And then this one I picked up. Mazzy will love the picture. Because this is Maurice McIntyre. And I knew him because Mark Lastman shows a record all the time he listens to.
Why would I like it? Because of the sheep?
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Well,
That's not the best picture. And Julius Hempel's on here. So I picked this one up. And I streamed these before I bought them, so I did listen to them. But what I was shocked to go, they sent me a little Post-it saying, "Oh, thank you for your purchase, and we include something extra." Then I was considering getting this album. I go, "Oh wow, they threw this album in, this Marilyn Crispell," but it's just the cover they use for packing. And then they threw in like 3 CDs, but I really don't know these. So I'll let you know. I mean, they're just in sleeves, not even in cases. So they're probably laying around the office and they're just clearing out everything. Okay. And so I got those. Those were good. And then I had never shown this record and I just cleaned it. This is a Tidal Wave reissue of this Flying Dutchman record, Harold Alexander. And this is killer. This is really good.
Okay.
Sunshine Man. Highly recommend this one.
Is that because your favorite musical is Sunshine Boys? A bunch of old Jews sitting around the park.
No, that's the movie. I know the movie with
Yeah, well.
Okay. Well, thank you for participating, Mazzy.
Oh, thank you. So are you excited about March 29th, Commonwealth?
Common Wave.
Common Wave. You can see Kevin Gray in person, and you can have a listening party of the beautiful Pete Jolly record. Well, you got to register. You got to go.
Well, if I'm around, I will go. I might not be around. I've met him several times. He actually knows who I am, Kevin Gray.
Of course he did.
Yeah, so maybe I'll see.
Everybody who's in the LA area, Common Wave is having a listening party. You have to register, but it's free. Free adult beverages at high-end, beautiful audio store, which I've never been to. They're going to.
I've been there a lot. I know the owners.
They're going to be a listening party to the Pete Jolly reissue from 1970 on Light in the Attic. It's a good sounding record. It would be good to hear on their equipment. That's the bottom line.
Is it wrong to hiss during a listening party? I mean,
I'm giving you bad time.
Light in the Attic puts out some good stuff.
Yeah, they do.
On this one,
but it'd be interesting to hear on different gear, like in a place like that, because they're going to have it sounding nice.
It sounds like a guy who wandered into a Radio Shack and played with the Casio keyboard.
Well, that's what that happens. Fair enough.
So,
I just like, of all the fucking listening parties in LA, that one pops up for me. I love it.
Well, you popped up for you because you probably follow Light in the Attic.
I do.
Yeah,
I suggest that anyone, when they're waiting for things to come out, follow your favorite bands, labels, record stores.
I mean, if you live in a major city, I don't know, you should follow all those things, because the things that come up to go to for free.
But even stuff that is coming out, just so you know of it, you hear of it. I mean, that's
Well, I'm sure Pete Jolly from his perch in heaven is happy with your lauding of his record.
It's on my video tomorrow, so you can. I finally included it. So nice to see you. So did you run out today and do all this stuff?
No, I had meetings online and work stuff. So, but tonight I have an event to go to, so I won't be streaming for very long tonight.
So how many people are watching now? I can't see on this.
93. There's how many
93.
people are bored
Did
right
you
now.
make the announcement
What's the announcement?
about the Dizzy auction this Sunday, 1:00? Rob will be there. I'll be there.
Macys
Jimbo,
channel.
Dr. Robert,
Yeah.
Jazz Shit Brooks.
Yes.
I don't know who else. Maybe Coffee Dave. We don't know.
Hey, yeah. Come on. What times? 1:00.
1 p.m. Pacific Sunday.
1
We haven't
p.m.
had one.
Come by. Have fun. How many? Are you doing another haul? Or you're just going through everything.
I'll do a preview by Friday. There'll be a little preview. There's a bunch of sealed anthology Beatles Volume 2. There's a handful of those, 4 or 5 or whatever. I don't know. And that's the best one of the 3. There's
Is
some
that the
Beatles
one that
stuff.
have the new songs on it?
Well, back when they came out, the first 2 had the one song. So that'll have Real Love on it. This is 1995.
Right. But
So.
2 of the songs charted. They were hit songs, right?
Yeah, well, Free of the Bird was on Volume 1.
Yeah.
Real Love was on Volume 2. Actually, the one that came out recently now and then was they worked on it that was going to be on 3, and they didn't like the results at the time because AI wasn't invented yet. So, and no one knew who Peter Jackson was in 1995, I don't think, or few people.
People knew who he was. So
sale is Saturday. I'm sorry, God, did I say Sunday? I apologize. Dr. Robert just texted me. It's Saturday. The sale is Saturday, 1 p.m.
yes.
Now, if you're in Seattle on Sunday, there's a record show at the Armory. The Seattle Record Show is Sunday. And if you're in town, you want a cool ass club Sunday evening. I'm going to see Joaquin Cooter. Ry Cooter's son does this kind of rootsy stuff. He's playing at a small place called Rabbit Box, a cool little club venue, and that is at right by the what do you call it? The Seattle, the tourist place. You know the.
Does he play the same type of music?
No, he plays more rootsy. He plays this kind of percussion finger keyboardy thing, and he's open for his dad. He plays percussion with his dad, Ry Cooter, all the time. He had an album coming out on. He had an album 4 years ago or 3 years ago on Nonsuch. I think he has another one coming out. But it's like $20 to go see it. So it's a small venue and it's worth seeing Sunday night. The Rabbit
Not the thing, Lastman. Jazzers.
I
like now I have in my head Mark Lastman pictured him wearing those Jane Fonda like warm-up sock things and his jazzercising.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Doc. If I made a mistake, if I misspoke. It's Saturday the auction, Sunday the show.
I'll save that. Hey, Roger, I picked up a sealed copy of Volume 1 of that Jerry Garcia. What's that live show he does? It's like with the jazz artist.
The Eels or Merle Saunders? No,
it's him and the black guy on the cover.
Well, Merle Saunders could be.
It's hidden over there. I'll let you know, Roger, if you're interested.
Jerry Garcia and Merle Saunders made a bunch of records together. The black guys.
It either came out of Volume 1 and Volume 2, or I think they also issued it as a 2-disc set.
He played music with the black guy, played music with the white guys. So he played a lot of music.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I mean, how many covers was Jerry Garcia actually on?
With Merle Sanders? Probably
no.
There was one, I think, on Fantasy, that one.
Yeah, it's on Fantasy.
Pike's Place Market. There's a cool, like, downstairs club called the Rabbit Box, which reminds me like of an old sort of New York folk jazz club, really tiny with tables, really cool venue, actually.
All right, so now it's turned into a commercial for the auction.
Yeah, we don't know yet. I mean, it's a mix. There's some Beatles, Stone stuff. There's gonna be a little bit of jazz. I don't have a lot of jazz. I have country rootsy stuff. There's gonna be a lot of root stuff. We'll see. I have it, but I haven't pulled it all yet. So for this, so we play it by ear. It's not just a jazz like what Rob does, but
Yeah,
Rob.
I'm gonna probably do an auction a week from Saturday.
Okay.
And I have to say, it's pretty much all kick-ass shit.
Oh, there you go.
Like
So
I have some OG Blue Notes in there. I have that Beach Boys twofer with Carl and the Passions, which has people say the best version of Pet
that
Sounds,
sounds right.
which is mono. So I have a copy of that.
No Taylor Swift. So
Hey,
I thought I
give them
saw.
your number.
I thought I saw earlier. Dizzy was watching. Dizzy made a comment here.
You sure about that?
Well, but you read the comment. His name is Gary, but I don't want to.
No.
You pulled it up. Gary said about someone named Gary, and that's the name of Dizzy. Actually, I shouldn't tell people, but question about the girl from Ipanema or the box
right here.
That could be Gary. That could be Dizzy.
Are you Dizzy Gary or Gary Dizzy? Let us know in the comments below.
I didn't know he watched the Waxed.
Well, there are 98 people watching. There's a lot of people you don't know that are watching.
Of course.
A lot of fans of me, Mazzy.
Yes. Oh, I know
you get it.
You got a whole. I mean, I see your face on shower curtains and mugs and T-shirts, and
it's astounding to me that I'm not that big of a channel, and then a lot of people watch the stream. So it's an honor. Thank you, people. No, I mean, if I went through what I have right now for the auction, it's crazy stuff.
yeah.
I have some Black Sabbath. I usually try to have about 10 or 15 non-jazz titles, but it's mostly jazz because that's what I go looking for when when I'm out digging. And if I find stuff that I know people want and I think are good, I'll grab them.
I'm really excited for Jazz Bum Mike. He got a new Riga P6 that he arrived.
That's probably why he's not here. He's listening to it.
He said that. He just says, "Hey guys, can't join tonight. Too busy breaking in my new P6." Now, did you get the exact 2 cart with it? I think that's the
I have the exact 2 on my P3.
Takes a little bit to warm up, but I think that was the best bang for your buck cart for Riga tables.
No, I don't know what I am, Delphina. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yes.
Let's see this. Yeah, no. I think a lot of high. How many people are high right now? That would answer a lot of.
Well, in Knoxville, we know at least one person is Knoxville, Tennessee.
I have John. I think what I have is I have a copy of Paranoid.
Alfred Smuck.
And then the first one, the first Black
Sabbath. I think Dizzy's pulling our leg here.
What? Yeah.
He misspelled schmuck. That's okay. Smuck. All the Goyim say smuck.
Yes. There's a CH in there.
I know. It's schmuck.
I think. Hold on. Here he is.
The exact 2. Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
yeah.
Because of the pandemic, I lucked out with my turntable because of the pandemic. They ran out of the cartridge that came with it, so they just put a high-end cartridge on mine. They did that. You probably could still get them.
Yeah. That's a good. I mean, I think that's the sweet spot in the Riga line. Like it's that perfect. It's more expensive than a lot of people want to pay. What is it? I think it's $2,000 with the cart.
You can upgrade You can upgrade a P3 to a P6.
Yeah, but by the time you upgrade it, you're not going to pay much less. I mean,
I didn't pay a lot for my turntable, so
I understand. But they have you get the speed controller or the power source that is adjustable speed wise. So when the RPs had they ran a little fast, you don't have that issue anymore.
Well, that's the next thing I want to get. I want to get that speed because Jim talked me in and I got such a good deal on my amp. But the next thing I'm going to do is get that speed regulator.
Yeah. What amp does Mike have? What amp do you have, Mike?
Yeah, do a tour now of your system for everyone to see.
Yeah. When I first had an RP6, that was my first Riga, and I did upgrade the subladder to the Groove Tracer, and I upgraded to the silly white belt, which supposedly does something. But then the next two, the RP8 and the P8, they're both demo, so I got them like less than half price each, which was actually less than the P6. So
Aggie,
demos are good.
I have a green label Pet Sounds that it might be mono from the 70s, and that sounded really good. But I think I in a week I found 2 copies of that Carl and the Passions Twofer.
Yeah.
So
well, even whether people like him or not, Steve Hoffman says that's the best version, that one in the Carls and Passion.
So my buddy who owns the record company is a huge Beach Boys guy. He says that version specifically, you know, Brian was whacked out of his mind. So Carl supervised a specific remaster of the album for that twofer. So that was specifically done, and Carl followed all of Brian's notes, like it was done to his specification.
Yeah, so but no one knew it. It's kind of like reading Cave Dwellings or Cave Wall. So Cave Wall.
I mean, he's as good of a Beach Boys historian as anyone. So
yeah,
that's the story I know about that Carl and the Passions too.
That record was everywhere. No one knew. I mean, I think I had
no one knew anything about lots of records.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, right. So, I mean, back when you were in the record store, people knew about the Led Zeppelin too. Yes or no?
We didn't know about that. I mean, I don't think anyone ever pulled it out. They didn't really like Carl and the Passions, that album. I mean, it was like and it wasn't expensive. It was a semi-budget. I mean, for a 2-record set, it wasn't like an expensive 2-record set. It was like kind of they threw Pet Sounds in there just for the sake of it when they left Warner Brothers. When they left Capitol.
On disc, on the 2 copies I got, I didn't pay anywhere near, but on Discogs, that twofer goes around $80.
Yeah,
60, 80 or more.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be a good deal on my auction. So, Anybody else?
Do you teach online tonight?
No, I mean, I don't teach online. When I teach online, it's a self-guided kind of online course. I just grade and
got it.
Basically, you're managing the students. Right. Next month, I kind of asked not to come in person, so I'm teaching 2 online classes. So it'll be a lot of work, but I can stay here because I'm tired.
You're an old man.
I'm very exhausted. So I want to do better at managing people online. We'll see what happens.
I did the Academy of Art grad and undergrad. I taught for 8 years, and even when I moved here, for 4 years they flew me down every single week and put me up, and I taught, and it was great, but it didn't go to online, so I kind of miss it to a point, but it was
Hold on. So, I don't have any of his albums, but I've listened to him. I wouldn't say I'm over the roof about him. I'm interested. There's a group one that he did recently, I think. Seemed interested in that. Jim and I are probably going to do a trip up the coast. Probably go up near Patrick during March. So if anyone's around Fresno, Bakersfield, and Sacramento,
we'll probably hang out with Vinyl Richie. Did you watch my Dick and Norm's movie talk?
No,
that's great. It's we haven't done one in a while. No. I know. Yeah,
I don't. I think Vinyl Richie has better things to do than to hang out with me.
Yeah.
Yes, I know Bakersfield. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pick some up.
Get some. That's where you get good Buck Owens and Merle Haggard records.
Well, no, my buddy has reissued a lot of Buck Owens, and in fact, talk about dead stock. He had a relationship with the estate, and they had a warehouse full of dead stock. And I think you can go to Omnivore, and there's still Buck Owens dead stock there.
Well, all the Capitol Buck Owens and Merle Haggard records, I think, are so good. Almost every single one.
Well, when Omnivore has a sale, like on CD, he even has Buck. Buck Owens was devastated because his main guy in the band died in a horrible motorcycle accident. He was on Hee Haw in the band. That dude put out they have his solo album. I forget his name.
Martin, I think my choice for the best Beach Boys cover art would be Surf's Up.
Oh.
That's from my point of view. I think Surf's Up. I like Holland actually, but Surf's Up. The 60s one are kitsch and all that stuff. They're kind of kitschy, the surfboards, and the Pet Sounds is terrible, but
Look, see, all the people are here to witness. Maybe they thought something else would happen up on the stream today.
15 big ones, forget it.
Hey, the first time I've ever saw Alex, one of his videos, because I think Alex was friendly with Greg Vinyl Rundown, and Alex did a video. Did you go to the LA one, right? They don't, that Going Underground doesn't have an LA store anymore, do they?
I think I saw, Alex, didn't you show that in a video? You went into that shop in Bakersfield?
No, that's one of the first videos I saw Alex.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a
cool but I think Going Underground had a store for 5 minutes in LA, if they're still around. They were like on the edge.
How can you shop and buy something within 5 minutes? I never understood that.
What are you talking about?
You said they had a store in LA for 5 minutes. How could you shop?
Okay, we help Mazzy out with how the youngsters talk? The store was around for a very short.
I know. God, big news. I mean, this has nothing to do with records, except back in the day they sold records. But Macys is closing 150 stores, and the big downtown Union Square store in San Francisco is closing. Oh my God!
Do they own that store?
They own the building, so they're going to sell it. But I mean, that is like friggin'. I know there's a little lull in downtown areas like San Francisco now, but that's going to be that's a major thing, man.
Well, so Alex, I went there once too, but it wasn't a very good store, as I recall. My grandmother worked for Bloomingdale's in New York. Her first job was at Macys, and she left Macys to go to Bloomingdale's in Manhattan. She worked at the store in Manhattan. So every time she would come visit us, we would go to Bloomingdale's because she had a 30% discount.
Doctor, Thanksgiving is saved. That's New York. And here's the thing. This is an interesting conversation because they're going to close the store and they're going to open keep the smaller stores and open more high-end stores, like Bloomingdale's, that kind of. And the thing is, as much as that sounds, shitty, most people want cheap shit now and they want to buy online. So they don't go to a Macys anymore.
Okay, so I'll tell you this. They acquired May Company. So they acquired Bloomingdale's, all these stores. So they're probably just getting rid of the bad stores that they bought in the early.
Macys. I mean, Macys San Francisco. That's an anchor. That's a legacy.
No, I understand, but they acquired all those bad.
Yeah, they doubled up and they're getting rid of a lot of stores and everything. I mean, even Macys has both. Thing is, they own Bloomingdale's also, and Bloomingdale's is their boutique, higher end. So they're going to go more in that market. I mean, they look at stats like everyone else, and those are the people spending money. You know how it is. Even during a recession, the rich keep buying, and I'm not saying they're all rich, but those kind of things. It's fucked up, but that's the way it is.
There was a huge inconsistency when Macys bought all the May Company and all the other stores. They acquired like very close to Sears level.
Yeah,
but I've been to Macys. Like, there's one down there in Miami where that is just insane. Like, it's so high end. So there was a kind of inconsistency to the.
They're gonna, after they get rid of 150 stores, they're still going to have like almost 300 stores or 250 stores.
Yeah, but they're probably getting rid of stores that are in malls that are dead, no foot traffic.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
So I got a good story here, Roberto. When my dad was a young man in college, he worked for Barney's, like the original Barney's. And he would tell stories about Barney was a short, fat guy. Like, he was a square, like a hockey puck. And he didn't wear his own clothing. He would go to a specific tailor to make his suits. He didn't even wear the shit.
Barney's used to be like one of the coolest. I mean, in the 80s and 90s and 70s,
but back in the day
in New York, a cool store. They opened one in San Francisco, and then about 5 years later, Barney's crashed and burned. You know, even Nordstrom's cut back. They're out of Seattle. They do really good. And the thing is, you go into a Macys now, at least the big ones like San Francisco or the one in Seattle that was here, no one can help you. So they're going to make smaller stores, hire more people to help you, because you can't even ask for help when you try to buy a pair of pants or a suit or something, you know. Whereas Nordstrom's, they really kind of push their you know, service as much. But a lot of people don't care. They'd rather just buy, you know, as cheap as possible. I get it, you know. It's not rocket science. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Barney's on Wilshire? What was the one on Wilshire by the hotel?
I thought it. I didn't know it closed down. There was also
by the Beverly Wilshire. Is that the one?
What's his name? Seagull.
Oh yeah. Well, Seagull's there. There are few. There was like 2 or 3 in LA.
There was one near me in Santa Monica. Closed down a while ago.
Did it?
Yeah. But they very kind of, you know, fashiony thing. You could always come up and show your jazz records. You don't have to wait till the Jazz Bum stream.
You got to give him a link though if you want to. You know.
It's up to him if he wants to come. I mean, I'll be around probably for another 45 minutes doing. So if anyone wants to come up here, I'll share a link. There you go.
Yeah.
So Fred Seagull, thank you, Delphina.
That's right. Yeah. I remember going to the one on maybe it was the one in Miller. I went on one of them once in LA when I was there. And this guy runs in, and it was, what's the James Bond that was like a middle James Bond? He was popular.
Timothy Dalton?
Yes. Timothy Dalton runs in and says, I can't remember what he said, like some kind of coat color or whatever. Like he needed it right there. He had to go somewhere. And he runs in. These guys run around him, go up. There's like a staircase. I remember that one. And that was my only time in Fred Seagull.
I mean, if you like, I could tell people if you visit LA and want to see celebrities, the places you go, Melrose, go to all those stores, walk around. Then obviously, I don't know if you see them in Rodeo Drive. You don't see them there. Go to Montana and Santa Monica, believe it or not. Walk up and down Montana. You'll see people.
There was a big article, and I was in the Bay Area in a Seattle paper. It's probably an LA paper. How Melrose is not as hot as it has been. It's like kind of on the teetering. It used to be packed like every weekend.
Well, but every place used to be packed. Melrose is still kind of Melrose as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
You could also go to that.
Robin Norm's fashion label.
There he goes.
Doctor. Hey, in 18 minutes, it's martini hour.
You'll have your one martini, which will turn into 2.
Oh shit! You started already. Oh, that's not a martini. What is that?
It was a martini. It's mostly.
What is that? What's that dead thing in there?
I got olives and I put in a little.
I see. I see the
you know, hey, I just made my I've been pickling my own thing, so I just made some pickled jalapenos.
Who drinks a martini at 4 o'clock? Oh, Portland people, because it's dark.
No, the guy who's retired. He's doing it right.
Yeah, guilty.
I can't drink during the day.
You have to tutor him on how to be retired, Dr. Robert.
Yeah,
but I don't feel I'm retired.
I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, you can recommend it. It's okay.
It works.
I'm not a big drinker. I went out. My brother's in town. I went out with him, and we were drinking beers. And I partake in other substances. So, but I'm not a big alcohol drinker.
I'm not into the drug scene though, so I have a cocktail instead.
Yes, I'm into the drug scene.
Yeah, I might have a gummy like 4 times a year, but I don't. I can't smoke pot or anything. And I certainly don't do any other hard drugs anymore.
Okay. Well, we're accusing you of doing them. So.
No, but everyone thinks, oh, Mazzy's always drunk and all this stuff, One martini doesn't, right? You drink 2 martinis, though, don't you, occasionally?
Yeah, I'll have 2 martinis a day.
When I've been with you, we've had a martini and then maybe a beer or a glass of wine, but never 2 martinis.
I don't know. I mean, I will, but not always. But I did my share of that stuff back in the day. Something came up. Somebody was talking about PVC pipe, and this morning, I don't remember how that came up,
Since until Rob finds some records to show while you're doing that, I'm going to show people
No,
how to make.
I showed at the beginning everything.
I'll show them how to make a martini while we're doing this. So.
Well, so when I was a freshman, me and some of my dorm mates went out and we bought a bunch of PVC pipe and some adhesive and drills and some metal flanges, and we made a bong. And we told the guys at the hardware store this was an art project, and so we named the bong Art the Bong. That was my freshman dorm room. It was 3 feet tall. It was an enormous bong made out of PVC pipe.
Yeah, and that's how you started the Blue Man Group.
Wasn't that brilliant?
So you want me to show some records?
Oh, sure. I can make it big. Hold on.
So these are all 10 inchers. I've come into a few 10 inchers. This one's not fully jazz, but Jimmy Rushing. He's somebody I expect. This is the only 10 inch I've got by Jimmy Rushing. But so one thing I'll say is I can find outer sleeves for 10 inchers. I can't find
polyline sleeves.
Yeah, cellophane inner sleeves. I don't know.
The MoFi sells them because I have one record that came in one.
I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, MoFi sells them.
I'm sure they exist. So this is a Stan Getz 10 inch.
Yeah.
One that I didn't have on the original Clef label.
You know, those Clefs sound really good. If you get a nice clean one, they sound really nice.
These are all pretty darn clean. And I'm sorry they're still in cellophane, in sleeves, but
I have the CD of that.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they turned that into a 12-inch record for, I don't know.
Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah.
I found these last two down at Wax Tracks in Las Vegas a while ago.
Yeah. You know, when I went to Vegas year before last, I wanted to go there, and the guy closed for Thanksgiving. So he's like the record Nazi guy, right?
Oh, he's pretty strict. Did you get caught under his web or no? I've been going there for. I mean, I'm in Las Vegas once every couple of years, so I've been going there for probably 8 or 10 years, and he does get just some amazing records, but he does charge full price for them. I'll say that.
Well, you go up there.
Rich Rosen is his name. Great guy. I like him, and I've interviewed him. I put a video up with an interview of him a while ago. He's fun. He's fun. Yeah. He's one of these guys. I don't think he cares. His record store is overfull of records.
Was it a good selection of records?
Yeah, he's got great, amazing stuff. I always find
stuff. He just charges the full price for them.
He does, and he doesn't. They're not even marked. So you bring him up to the desk, and he and his assistant price them based on Discogs, I guess.
And Nicole Martuni's is still there. One of my friend's son used to work as a bartender there, right at Market at Valencia in the corner there. Martuni's.
I don't know that.
Anyway, cheers, San Francisco.
Oh, there you go. See, I got you started, and now I feel guilty, Mazzy, but cheers.
It's okay.
Well, I'm actually the event. My university is in town. They come to LA all the time, and they're having a social hour somewhere, so I'm going to that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, my university is a medical research university, and LA is a big. You probably know this very well, so they come here. You know.
Hey, Bill K, I don't really care about shaken or stirred. To me, whoever's making it the way they want to make it, I trust them. That's how I look at it. When I'm home, it's just easier to shake it than to sit and stir, But I have both,
Everyone shakes it.
I like a little flakes of ice.
You don't want to shake it too much because you'll bruise the gin. Yeah. I know that sounds pretentious.
It does.
That's the phrasing. That's the phrasing. You bruise the gin.
And you can water it down too much,
How many people will buy a T-shirt that says "Bruise the Gin," Mazzy?
Next up. So
we all have fun, right? Everyone's got their thing. Whether you're a beer drinker or you're a Guinness person or IPAs.
CJ, I went to Virginia Commonwealth University. There's over 3,000 alumni for some reason in Southern California, so they come out here a lot. I'll tell you a funny story. Hello, Cindy. So one time they did an event at Bel Air Country Club, and I went there and I was wearing a blazer, but I had jeans on. And they go, "You can't wear jeans here." So one of the richest alumni, who was a member, took me into the whatever the the store.
The store.
No, yeah, but what do you call it? Where they, I forget what they call it.
Hooter
but
roll.
all the golf shit in there.
Roger's right. Hooter roll is the Jerry Garcia record with
Saunders. Let him keep going.
Yeah, so my store. So I took me in there, and he goes, "What's your size?" And he goes, "Take these." It was like a $200 pair of pants. Put them on. He goes, "Keep them."
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like Caddyshack. What was that? So what was? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, right near there, there's like 3 country clubs.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah. So we they like coming out here. They're doing like a couple events a night here.
No, sounds very cool.
Yeah. I can't go tomorrow. There's a game, like a watching party. I think there's another thing downtown in LA on Thursday. So
Dr.
It's always
Robert.
nice when they come out. So
Dr. Robert, do you know what this glass is called?
Is it? It's not a Nick and Nora.
It is a Nick and Nora.
It's a Nick and Nora.
I don't know that shit.
The Thin Man.
You know the Thin Man, those movies?
Those the
That's
same
where it
style
came
of
from, Nick
glass.
and Nora. Yeah. It's a Nick
The
and Nora.
classic. I don't have any of those glasses.
You know what, Mazzy? You have to get Coffee, Julie, and the dog and solve crimes now.
I'll see Coffee Julie on Thursday. 4D Man's here. Watch out.
No, he's not. Hey, what's up, Frederick? How's it going?
Hello, Frederick. Are you home already?
Oh
You're
no, it's
frozen.
not connected well.
Are you
Need me, love? Do you want me to keep
are you the Senate minority leader in Washington?
I think he's sad, Frederick, not tired, Frederick.
No, but you know what's his name? That when he was freezing, having those brain freezes.
I don't know. I'll let him go down and restart again.
Yeah. Dashiell Hammett's a different.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh God, the Thin Men movies. I have a. I guess it's just you and I, Doc. See, this is how we should just hang out and talk.
No, I swear.
You and I are texting. I think it misses something in translation sometimes.
When I went to Adam,
when we talk, it's great.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Hey, do you want to go to Nashville? Hey, let's go to Lithuania, Rob. Let's learn how to make rock salt.
Well, Nashville seems like a good proposal.
I've been to Nashville. It is a nice place.
I don't know, but yeah, no, hey, what I just do want to say, I am not needy. I may text more. I'm not needy. I'm not.
I didn't say you're needy. It's just it's a lot. It loses something in translation.
You're kind of needy, Dr. Rob.
I am not needy. Believe me, I'm not needy. But hey, love hanging, and that's all it is.
We're gonna have a great time. Now, are you coming to Austin? Do you know yet?
Yeah, coming to Austin. Susan's gonna join me. I'm gonna fly down Friday. She's gonna join me Saturday, and we're staying until Monday. We're doing Cinco de Mayo, man.
Well, we'll be there on Cinco. I'm leaving that day.
I know everybody's leaving on Cinco de Mayo, but
you know something.
You gotta get back to real life, man.
Well, I think there's a lot of kind of potential ceremony we can get involved with on.
You
Friday
think in Texas?
I think they start celebrating Cinco de Mayo before actually Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, CJ, I went to college with Gore. They were there when I was there, so they're from Richmond, and a bunch of them went to VCU.
So, how is Dad in Brussels?
Yeah, my dad actually Brussels is right in the middle from where I live and where my dad lives. So I was coming back home through Brussels.
I mean, your dad's probably my age.
He's born in 48.
Oh,
so
no,
he's 76.
He's as old as Israel.
No. I'll tell him that next time I see him.
I had a girlfriend that was born in 1948. She was 6 years older than me. And I used to, like, when I was 23, she was 30 or something, or 29. And I used to say, "Oh, Jesus, you're as old as Israel." It got to be a running joke because that seems like, thousands of years or whatever. It's not topical these days to talk about Israel.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to.
Yeah, we can talk.
Were you able to hit up any other record stores? before you left?
Yeah, I did a couple, but the best ones I bought in my hometown of Kortrijk, if you ever get to pronounce that right, because I ordered the Austin Peralta album. You heard of that?
No, I'll make you big. Hold on.
Yeah, but it's all still in plastic, so it's gonna reflect. But Austin Peralta, where are you? There.
Yeah, I don't know him. Who is he?
This is a young pianist who he died actually, I think a couple of years or months after the release of this album. It originally came out on CD in 2011, and it's released on the Brain Feeder label, which is the label of Flying Lotus, the hip hop experimental electronica producer. And this is a really good album. This is pure jazz. It's kind of experimental, but I really like it, and it's now released on vinyl for the first time, and it has an extra disc with a live session recorded at the BBC Maida Vale studios. So this is good. This is really, you should check this out. This is good. It's not for everyone, but I really like it.
Is it solo piano or is he with a band?
No, it's with a band, but it's not marked on the. I wouldn't know. It's not marked on the outer sleeve, so I haven't opened yet. But it's not solo piano. No, it's but it's good. It's kind of experimental, because he has those hip hop influences and stuff like that.
Okay,
but it's okay. I also picked up the Everyone because you can't stop talking about it, so I bought it.
That is the pickup of every. While you can get that record, get it.
Yeah, but I didn't actually
disappointed by it.
I didn't actually know it was with it's in the J Jazz series from BBE, so it's originally in Japan only release, or I haven't.
Yeah, I believe the original's on Japan release.
Yeah, but it's
just a killer album. The first side is just a slap in the face. That's how good it is.
Yeah, I listened to some samples and I was convinced. And then I got something which is pretty interesting as well. This is trumpet player Nick Walters.
I don't know, Nick. I don't know any of this.
This is a guy from England. He's part of the whole new British wave of jazz, and he's a trumpet player. And this is I think already his fourth album, I think. And this I like this very much. I almost blind by these his releases. It's with flute and saxophone player Tenderlonius, piano, bass, drums, and percussion.
You have Mark Lastman. Which record are you thinking is meh? Because I know you don't think the Malodgen, unless you're being funny.
Is it this one? I don't know. I like this. This is a new wave of British jazz. So
is it the new wave of British jazz from like the 90s, or is it like a current?
No, the current scene. Yeah. And Tenderlonius is where is he here?
Yeah.
I can't think because it's 2:00 in the morning here or at night, so I can't be fresh yet. I don't know his real name, but or can't remember it. But he's actually a house producer who makes great jazz albums. So he makes his house productions on 12 inches and stuff.
Are they sort of like the Jazz is Dead guys? No.
You can say that. Yeah, you can say that. But he's a great. I saw him live once with the band as a flute and saxophone player. He's a really good flute and saxophone player.
Yeah, Lastman, sarcasm doesn't always translate in peanut galleries.
Well, even when it does translate, it doesn't come off well off of you, Mark Lastman.
And what else did I get? I got this because this was a big gap in my collection, and I didn't want to pay. I don't know what it costs for an original, but I had this, and I heard that the elemental pressing is quite good.
The elemental pressings are quite good, but I mean,
they are. They're good.
They are good. I mean, they're good. They're more than placeholders. I bought the Archie Shep.
Yeah.
For train, and then I found an OG of it. So
isn't there an acoustic sound version of that too?
There is an acoustic sound,
which is
so that's why
that's fine. That. That's good. It's.
But elemental's out of Europe. It's probably cheaper to get.
I'm saying they're fine, but I need to say this up front. They've sent me free records, so I just want to let you know.
Yes, everyone sends you.
Not that record, but they've sent me some. Don't like
Well,
everything, but I like a lot of their records.
From Elemental, I bought the Quincy Jones Gula Matari, or what's it called, the big band album, and it sounded great. So I thought, hey, well, why the hell not? So I bought this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who put out a good version of that not too long ago is Superior Viaduct. I originally had that one, and
They
that's
put that record out. Okay,
Hmm?
I didn't know they put that record. That is,
that record out.
yeah,
Like in 2017-18, they put out a lot of great jazz records.
yeah.
But I don't know. This Elemental release was 27 euros. I know how much they cost.
I mean, it seems about the right price. Yeah.
How much they cost in America? I don't know.
Is that like $7,500? How much?
No, because Elemental. I mean, they do a lot of the Record Store Day stuff, but they were reissuing these crisscross records, and I bought Chet Baker Live at Nick's, and that is awesome. That sounds great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna check it out. Probably gonna be good. And I bought 2 non-jazz records, but I'd like to show them anyway. I don't know. Do you know the band Alabama Shakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they broke up, right?
Yeah, but her
You
lead
still buy
singer-
the record. When bands break up, Rob, I want to tell you,
No.
they don't put their records out of
I
print.
didn't say they stopped making their records. I said they broke up because Brittany Howard's put out a lot of albums. That's who that is, the lead singer. It's
That's
basically
who-
Brittany Howard.
It was basically, and this is her new album, and I picked it up because I didn't like everything of Alabama Shakes, but I really liked the sound clips I heard from this and her first solo album. So I picked it up.
Is her solo stuff very bluesy, rocky, like Alabama Shakes?
It's more eclectic. It goes more in many directions. But I would like to
she has a very. Sorry to interrupt. She has a very distinctive style, anyway. So.
Yeah. So I'm glad.
You have a different audience here than the morning shows, Rob. But I want to say this MGMT, the new MGMT
You're a
record,
moron.
is
That's
fucking
the same
terrible.
as the morning.
It's terrible.
It's
Don't buy
terrible,
this
yeah.
record. It's fucked.
Macys on a complaining tour with that record. If you have a live stream, he'll come on there and complain about it.
I don't like hosting live streams. I'm not good at it.
Okay, you are. You're barely good on them.
And just the last one, just before I go
take
to bed.
abuse, Dr. Robert.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, we all do.
I took the opportunity when I was in Brussels tonight to go to a concert from a new artist. I think it's only her second album, and she's called Lorraine. She's L''Rain. And I think in one way or another, I think her producer is also linked to Irreversible Entanglements, but I'm not sure. It was a friend who told me, but I have to look it up.
Is that a
You're gonna make
band, or is that a band, or is that a wardrobe malfunction?
You haven't heard of Irreversible Entanglements?
I don't know that.
Oh, that's that. I saw them live once in Brussels as well. So it's a 4-piece jazz band.
Okay.
And it has rapper and poet More Mother as a vocalist. And they just floored me. I was completely blown away by the power of the jazz and of the vocals by More Mother. And their last album was actually released on Impulse.
I'm blanking. Alabama Shakes I'm blanking on his last name. He did some records with a guy named Michael something out of Minneapolis. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
The problem is Alabama Shakes is dangerous now because of the in vitro thing is fucked up. So you don't want to shake those.
All right, calm down, Mazzy.
That's not what I'm referring to.
Oh.
This is Irreversible Entanglements last album on Impulse.
So is that it's the album with what's his face, and he's gone with a band. Am I wrong about that?
What? I didn't understand.
It's on Verve, right?
We don't understand what he says either.
On Impulse.
The trumpet guy.
The trumpet guy.
It doesn't say who's in the band.
Mangione?
Yes, Chuck Mangione at 80-something years old is kicking ass.
Anyway, if you can see these guys live,
I hardly drank anything and I get silly, so I don't need much. Sorry, Frederick.
This is a very, very good jazz band. This is very good. It's on Impulse. Their first 2 or 3 albums were on International Anthem, but now they're on Impulse.
Do you know them, Rob?
I was asking. I might be confusing because there's a new album coming out with. Do they have a new album coming out, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't think so. This is from 2023, last year. It's possible, but. And they have a great poet and vocalist in More Mother, who is a feminine electronic artist, but she's also a rapper and a poet. And she blasts poetry over the real free jazz, and it's completely.
Okay, I have a question, Frederick.
Mind-blowing.
And this is true to all men, you know. And I know your sexuality you've expressed to us, but why do we have to say a feminist piano player or vibraphonist? We don't say a male, piano player. Or why do we? It's a fair question.
But it's her musical slant feminist, so that you can say that.
On a political, like feminist politically, is that it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, it's a fair question. I'm not picking on you.
I mean, like the band, that Australian band,
too. Why do we do this?
I don't know.
Mazzy, how would you describe Midnight Oil? How would you describe that band?
Feminist.
I would say politically,
yes,
Australian,
a politically
minded
Australian rock
band, 80s band.
They're not talking about love and shit like that. They're talking about
I get it. But the politics is not the sexual. I guess like feminism, the political side.
I don't know. I think you're not coming. This stream will need to be taken down.
It's an interesting conversation. This is when you sit around stoned. I don't get stoned, but you sit around and have these kind of conversations,
Maybe it'd come out better if you were stoned. Okay.
I thought you saved that for Rachel's stream. No, I don't know.
Okay. No, Mike, that's a good answer. I don't know that. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's how she identifies herself. Yeah.
Can we go back to Alabama Shakes for a minute? And so they made some records with this guy, Michael Yonkers, out of Minneapolis. And Yonkers has been making music since he was, since the 60s. And all of his stuff has gotten picked up by Mississippi Records here and repressed here in Portland. But his stuff is very interesting. And he's got stuff that it goes from very folky acoustic stuff in the 60s to this very aggressive, almost grungy stuff with Alabama Shakes. But the other thing I got to say about Michael Yonkers, as I understand, is he suffered like Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield had equipment fall on him on stage and was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yonkers was not paralyzed, but he had some kind of an equipment failure and had a spinal injury. He's had multiple spinal surgeries. I understand. I don't know the man, and I don't know all of his history, but I was talking to a record store owner back in Minneapolis about a year ago. I think at Jaime's. I've called them out a couple times, and he knew Yonkers because I bought a Yonkers record there, and he said, he basically lives in poverty out here. He's like really, I don't know. Sounds like he's kind of, sort of isolated and I don't know, just getting by out in Minneapolis. A lot of great records. I like his stuff. And he's got at least 2 with Alabama Shakes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Let me ask you something.
Is this the moment where Macys says, "Yeah, I was at that show," or I don't know?
Well, you've been paying attention for a while, right? No, I would say I rode my bike to that show. No, Robert, I know you don't buy a lot of new records, but tell me what is in the last month or what? I know you've been away, but what's your favorite record that you've been listening to lately? Doesn't have to be new. Is there one record, or do you just kind of? I know you're repairing records, you're cleaning records, you're doing the whole thing, but is there any record that just you're obsessed with and you might want to play more than once?
Well, you're right. So most of what I've gotten recently, I've been playing as much of it as I can, and so it's a one-time listen. But Donny Hathaway, and I talked about it on Rachel's the other day. Man, his stuff just jumps out at me. And I found one with Roberta Flack down in the
black cover. Is it the black cover?
Mine has a slightly different cover, and Wax mentioned it. It's the original cover had only words, the U.S. cover. Mine has a photo, but it's Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. That is stupendous. And they had a number of collaborations. but his voice, he to me sounds like Stevie Wonder, and I don't know who's copying who or if they just sound the same. I don't know if it's even intentional, but my God, he's just brilliantly emotive and clear voiced and just and great songs, just great songs. So his live album, to answer your question, if somebody wants to pick up Donny Hathaway live,
great. It's a great record. Yeah,
They did. Rhinos reissued it a couple times.
Yeah, they have.
With that live version of the Ghetto on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
My obsession lately has been Acetone, this band from the 90s and the 2000s, and they're kind of a lo-fi-ish, almost like Crazy Horse, but with a little bit of a country and Graham Parsons and dirge-like thing. Their records are recorded so beautifully. They're tight. They're dry. And Light in the Attic did a comp several years ago, but now New West last year put a box set, which I missed, but released 4 of their records as double records. And they're so, I'll grab them here. They're so good. And I've been playing, like every day I play at least one of them. And these are the ones from New West. They're all double records. And they're influenced by Velvet Underground and they're just, the guitar tones they get are so good. No reverb, all really kind of dry. Sometimes there'll be kind of a soft, folky, electric thing, and they'll get into this fuzzed out guitar. You know how Crazy Horse with Neil Young sometimes it gets loud, yet they're in a way loud soft, if that makes any sense. They're not like crazy reverb drenched psychedelia, but they got a country feel of electronica. But I think this is my obsession right now is Acetone. So
nice.
If you want to start out, there is a Light in the Attic comp, like a kind of I don't know if it's a best of, but then I went and got these. The box set is sold out, but you can get the individual ones.
I see that Breakfast King Loyola is saying that More Mother has a new solo album coming out in a week. So that's good news. I didn't know that. Yeah, she's a great poet. I had that American Analog Set box set in my hand today as well, but I already had a stack of other records. So, but actually, talking about Donny Hathaway, that song "The Ghetto," I got to learn. I learned about that song through another album, actually a George Benson version, and it's like 10 minutes long, and it's on. Wait, what? I'm gonna find it. It's on here.
Wow.
Have you guys heard of this?
What is that?
That's a record from 1996. And it's actually on the label of Giles Peterson, and it's a project by Macys at Work. And you guys, it's probably a generational thing, I don't know. But Macys at Work are great house producers, but they also did very organic sound of house. They worked with, on this album, Tito Puente, Roy Ayers, George Benson, 2 tracks with Roy Ayers actually. And it's very disco. It has a Latin track, of course, with Tito Puente, and a lot of great vocalists. And then the version on there, let's see. Is it on here, The Ghetto? I thought it was on here.
I don't know, but Mike's being very snarky.
Yeah. But it's really good nail polish remover.
This is good, and this box set goes for quite a lot of money because it was released as a double album, but this is a box set with a separate 12 inches.
Sometimes you jazz purists are so wonky when it comes to anything that's kind of lo-fi. Jesus,
yeah, they're purists. That's why I actually no, that's
not
seriously.
You. I'm talking about in the comments, Nicole and
okay,
Tones.
What now?
But that's that's kind of why I started a channel in a way. I don't have a lot of videos yet. I'm working on it because I have a lot of my mind and a lot of work. But there's a lot of great jazz. I'm not a jazz purist, not in any way. And I don't think the jazz bums are anyway. But there's a lot of jazz influenced music that's been made through the years. That's very interesting.
All right,
Mike, baby cake.
Go get him, Mike,
buddy. Hey, let's get down with Mike. No Tones.
Mike,
What's
do you
up?
know the Masters at Work?
Masters at Work. Are
Kenny
they
Dope
part
and
of
Little Louis Vega.
did they do the New Yorican thing years ago?
This one.
Yeah. I have that. I have the CD of that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
No,
That's
they did
great.
the soundtrack to the nail polish remover.
Yeah. Hey, I got a trick. Do you know how you get rid of Mazzy? Does anyone? You just do this.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. Whatever. Shut up.
I'm just
you
having
pick up-
fun.
you
Just
pick
got
up
some
any-
sticker shock.
Yeah. Did you pick up anything, Mike?
Recently, there's this label. It's been around for years called Nouvelle, and they had a sale. I mean, when they have a sale, it's like $50 for a record.
Yeah.
But one of the things I picked up was, that Michael Frimmer did that Rufus Reid, Caden Cardello release. Well, before that, like years before that, Rufus Reid did this release on Nouvelle, which they just actually put out on CD on Sunnyside, and it's Rufus Reid and Sullivan Fortner. Sullivan Fortner plays piano with Cecile McLaurin Savant.
Yeah, I have 2 of her albums.
Yeah, he's in it, and he has actually a solo recording out. I don't think it's available on vinyl. Everyone is saying excellent. It's excellent, and he studied with like Fred Hirsch and Jason Moran, and this is really excellent. And it's unfair to compare the Caden Cardello to this recording because they're 2 different players, and Sullivan Fortner is just it's just amazing. It's just,
they're not even playing the same songs, right?
No, they're not playing the same songs, and it's just on the level of improvisation is just on the next level. And that Caden Cardello, that's his initial release, Yeah. So it's really unfair. I think that's an excellent recording, but sort of comparing them.
They didn't play together before they did that show.
Right, exactly. So this is really good. And then I picked up another one by the trumpet flugelhorn player Ron Horton. It's called A Prayer for Andrew. And this is Ron Horton was played in Andrew Hill's later groups. He was the musical director. Actually, the only time that I saw Andrew Hill was when Ron Horton was the musical director. So he's doing a lot of Andrew Hill compositions, and he's doing some of his own. He's got a bunch of players that played with Andrew Hill's later groups. This is really good. It's actually better than I thought it would be. So I don't think this is available for streaming. The Rufus Reid one is.
I'm on their site right now. What is there gold inside the records? Man, they're expensive.
Yeah. That one is two LPs,
yeah.
So it's it's a little
more. The sale ended.
It was a President's Day sale. This was a bass player, Ben Allison.
That building is right down the street from me, Mike.
And this is a trio recording with the.
Is that the hotel right on the ocean there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a hotel. It's a residential building.
Yeah, I know
it's across the street.
Right, I know the building.
Yeah.
I thought that was outside the window of Mar-a-Lago where they hid the papers.
No, I mean everyone takes that picture because the palm trees that reflect its shadows on the
thing. And this is with this is Ben Allison with this is a long-standing trio he's had with Ted Nash, alto player, plays clarinet also, and Steve Cardenas, who plays steel and nylon string guitar. This is really, really, really good. On this one they do They feature the compositions of Jimmy Jufrey and Jim Hall.
Ah.
So this is and this is, you can stream this because they did, I think on his own label, Ben Allison released this a few years after Novella put the album out. And then I received this, was it today? No, yesterday. This is the same group, that same trio. They did, this is their latest release. Just the music of all the compositions are Carla Blake compositions. I haven't even listened to it. I just cleaned it, so I'm going to listen to it after the stream. But this was on Ben Allison's website. It was like $24 vinyl. So yeah, so yeah, that's what I picked. That's a few of the things that I picked up.
Oh, nice.
And then I did get the Coltrane UHQR.
Oh,
the ballads.
What's your thought?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I have the I have a Japanese reissue from the 70s. Then I have the analog productions, and then I bought this. You know, it's a different level of listening. You know, it depends on what your connection is to ballads. I always thought it was one of Coltrane's great recordings. You know, that's like, you know, those are songs that you can measure yourself against, you know, people that came before you, like Johnny Hodges, Ben Webster. So you know, and just the playing is really well. Elvin, you know, plays really great. His touch on the brushes is amazing. McCoy Tyner. So, you know, you get all of that, and, you know, it's amped up a little bit more on the UHQR. So if you're really connected to that album, then the UHQR is the thing for you.
Sounds like a worthwhile pickup. I have close to an original, if not an original, of that record. It's one of my favorite Coltrane records, which means it's one of my favorite records, period. So.
Right. Yeah, I'd recommend for you. I'd recommend the UHQR.
I'll have to look into that.
I mean, if you're gonna get it, get the Love Supreme, right?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Between the two.
Yeah. I mean, we showed Love Supreme this morning. You know, that's one of my favorite. That was the first Coltrane record I had back when I was 19 or 20 years old, and just drew me in. And I don't know why I found it. You know, I mean, of course, it's one of his most famous, but somehow it just landed in my hands. And so, yeah, I was talking about this book by this guy Bill Cole this morning.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And you were talking about the whole thing at Dartmouth.
Yeah, he got.
I first heard about that on 60 Minutes.
Oh man,
the Dartmouth school paper,
right?
They were like, you know, they were like really instrumental in like hounding him. And you know who was the editor at the time?
Laura Ingraham.
And what's the guy? He's Denise Souza. That's it.
I don't know that name.
Oh,
well,
yeah. Look him up. Look him up. Yeah,
Then,
they were editors of the school paper at Dartmouth, and they were like, yeah, they were like instrumental in like.
Hold on, I have to be semi-mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jeff, you have to understand what a jazz bum is. A jazz bum is someone who's new to jazz. So that's what a jazz bum is. So I appreciate you correcting the pronunciation, but understand jazz bums are people that are relatively new to jazz. And my Notes and Tones is not. He's an answer, and he's an expert. So.
He's not a bum.
He's not a bum. I'm not a pursued jazz bum.
So Nicole had asked me about the concert that I went to last night. With, I actually went with Roberto. Man, Roberto met up, and we saw. It was actually two groups. It was really interesting. Tameka Reed was sort of the common, and the drummer Tomas Fujiwara were the common denominators in both groups. But it was amazing. The first group was a trio. It was Patricia Brennan, and she plays vibes. It was Tomas Fujiwara on drums and Temeka Reed on cello. And Temeka Reed is one of my favorite musicians. She's 2 years ago she won the MacArthur Grant, and it was real. They were phenomenal. I mean, they play together frequently, so it wasn't like this thing that they just got together. And they have recordings out. And then the second group was the Temeka Reed Quartet, which is she has an album coming out in April, and that was also great. And Patricia Brennan came out on the last song, and they all played together. So it was really good. It was really excellent. And it was great meeting, hooking up with Roberto. I think this is the second show that we've gone to.
What club? What city, man?
It's in New York. It's this club called the Jazz Gallery. It's a great spot to hear music. I go there more than I go to the Vanguard, because you get to hear, certain musicians that don't get to play the Vanguard. Yeah. Either they're they haven't made it to that level, or if they're at that level, they just don't get booked at the Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got a great sound system, nice stage. They have tables, and then they have just regular chair seating. So it's a nice place to see, and they live stream some of their shows also.
When I visited New York, it was in 2012, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely wanted to do a jazz concert. So Dee Bridgewater was doing a residency at the Blue Note Club, so we went to see that. It was incredible. But the night after that, we were just walking around in town at night, looking for a bar, for a place to drink, and there was I can't remember the name of the club where we went. I might have taken a picture of the sign, I don't know, but it was in a basement, and it said there was a plate outside saying live jazz. So when it was a huge basement, and it was full of pool tables, and people were all playing pool, and in one corner there were a bunch of guys playing the most incredible jazz, and I was like,
was this in the West Village or something like that?
It was in the West Village, I think. And
it used to be called. It was called Fat Cat.
That was it.
Yeah, the guy that owns Smalls and Spike Wilmer and Mesro, I think, also ran that club for a while. Yeah. When you said pool table.
That was so weird to us, because guys were playing pools and not even paying much attention to the music, and there was just 20 people who were sitting around the musicians, and the music was incredible. And I was like, this is a very weird setting. That was weird. We don't have that here in Europe. So
pronunciation doesn't gauge something. I mean, Mike has known a lot about jazz, more than any of us probably. I've been into jazz. I bought jazz for 52 years, and I still fuck up the pronunciation.
Nerman is correct.
Nerman, yeah.
I just want to, just out of curiosity, one thing before I go to sleep. You've probably discussed this before, but I don't watch every stream. But is any one of you actually buying that John Coltrane, A Love Supreme box set from Vinyl Me Please, with all the 8 records?
No.
And stuff?
I don't know anyone is.
No.
Mike is. Look at him. He's thinking about it right now.
Only because I always wanted the complete masters, which you can find, and the Love Supreme performance at I think it's Antibes.
Yeah,
one in Seattle too. One in Seattle.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, that just came out.
But Joe showed it on the Bums the other night. He picked up a French copy. He said sounded excellent.
Yeah.
I don't see that copy a lot. So,
but then I was thinking, I have my copy of A Love Supreme. It's just a regular press, which sounds okay to me. But I'm not. I like John Coltrane, of course, but it's not like a huge fan. But I think it's just for fans, because I'm a sucker for Prince. Whenever there's a deluxe box set with 1,200 records in them, I'm buying it. So perhaps it's for the fans who don't already have the stuff that's in it. So yeah, probably to each his own, I think. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But anyway, I have an appointment with the dentist tomorrow in about 7 hours or 8 hours or something. So before I let him pull all my teeth out because I fall asleep. I'm gonna catch some sleep.
Be sure to floss tonight.
Cool, man. Take it easy.
So you're going to the dentist?
The dentist? No. In Flemish, it's called the tandarts.
That's a better name for it.
It is, isn't it? Okay. Bye. See you later.
I like this version of Mazzy where he just pops up on stream like every 3 minutes.
I know he's probably eating something.
I'm eating exactly. I'm starving.
I'm gonna have to run too, guys.
All right.
All right, later, Doc.
Hey,
Thanks for
glad
coming
I finished.
around.
Nice talking, Mike.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
I
Doc.
think your cat's gonna poop on
More to
you, but
follow.
you're not before that. Did you get anything, Chris?
No.
By the way,
Why?
here's a stack. Just so you know, I have to go through. These are all Chris's records,
Ooh,
and I actually have to put one more in this pile.
yes.
So-
$5 each, right?
Yeah, that ain't happening. But I'm not gonna. There's a bunch of them. I asked you if you wanted. So like,
You're
Here-
welcome, Cindy.
Good Lord.
so this is I think one of Mike's favorite records, right, Mike?
Yeah, I love that.
So I found an OG of it. So I'm giving Chris for what I paid for my Japanese copy, which
Very
sounds
cool.
great. But this sounds awesome too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I love the comments.
Yeah,
I got this record. I haven't listened to it yet, though.
I don't. What is that?
So it's Wilbur Niles, and
Oh yeah.
this
You
is
got
the second one.
Yeah.
I guess. I'm guessing it's the second one since it has 2 on it. But anyway, yeah, this was to go along with this one I showed last week on the stream. It's just killer. So
Did you stream this yet? This record?
no, I'm not gonna. Nah, too rich
Do
for my
it?
blood, bro.
Oh, that's
It's going to be in the auction. It's going to
That's
be in the
good.
auction.
that is freaking excellent. That's one of my favorites.
It's an excellent. I walked by Amoeba and they had the CD of it. Is the CD that hard to find of this?
I think it's not. I think it is actually because it was one of. I think it was one of those limited edition OJCs.
Mm.
Yeah. It wasn't a limited edition OJC. It was just a regular OJC CD. But this is a kick-ass record. Come to my auction a week from Saturday.
Here's an important question, Rob.
Yeah. Sonny Morgan hung out with Mark Lastman in the gutter of outside of Toronto cheese factory.
I wanted to say I rode my bike to see him, but I didn't. I was old enough. Gabor Szabo lived in the Bay Area, and he used to play clubs like cheap in San Francisco. So I probably saw him 10 times. He was playing around. Him and Bobby Hutcherson. Bobby Hutcherson lived in the South Bay or Redwood City, Mid Bay, whatever. And he used to play all the time. So you'd see these artists cheap all the time. I'm not a big fan of VMP, the whole thing. I don't subscribe, but I tell you, every once in a while. So, for instance, they were up until recently. They're the only place you could get Fiona Apple records, and they did great versions of them. I actually I have the Electric Miles box.
You can get Fiona Apple records everywhere, man. Come on.
Well, now, but up until this year, last 6 months, they've been out of print. You couldn't get those records.
Oh, you mean recently?
Yeah. Oh, now they're But she had some kind of VMP must have had some kind of embargo where they could get them first for 2-3 years. I've never been a member of VMP. I don't like to subscribe because I don't like to be forced like book club shit.
You're not forced, man.
No, I understand, but you feel this obligation. And when I buy something, if it runs out, so be it. If I have to pay $5 or $8 more, if I want it, I'll buy it.
Hey, so Jim had a couple copies of this, and he's kept trying to shove this record to make me take it because it's a seal one. Sorry, I'm gonna make. There you go. Does anyone have this one? It's a tribute to Mose Allison.
No, but I
Double
love
record.
Mose Allison.
Fat Possum put it out.
Who's on that?
cool.
Oh, I love Mose Allison.
Oh,
I listened to the Bonnie Raitt cover. It was good. Does anyone have this one? I haven't opened
no,
it.
I didn't even know
Who
about
put
it.
that out? Who put that out?
Fat Possum put it out in 2007,
Oh,
2019.
Mm.
That was an important question, Mazzy.
It's got the Alvin brothers on it.
He said Bob Booby Hutcherson.
You know, Cindy. I like you, Cindy. I love the T-shirt you sent me from Austin. But come on, give me a break.
No, that's not true anymore, Mark.
I've got a dyslexic thing. I pronounce names. You know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Hey, Cindy, can you bitch slap Mazzy when we come to Austin in May?
Yeah, I'll give you 2 nickels for a 10 cent. Okay, you know, whatever.
When are y'all coming down? Like what days are
Thursday.
you down?
To the
Thursday the
Austin
2nd?
on Thursday, that Thursday afternoon.
And Mazzy, did you buy? I have to get my plane ticket. That's why I asked. And then we're gonna get the full pass, right, to go early.
Oh, I'll get the whole. Yeah. I've been to the show 3 times, so I've been to it, and I know it can be great. It can be okay. You know, I'm really coming to see the
For the
people.
experience, everything.
It's like I loved meeting Mike in New York. Actually, I met Mike in Seattle. He came here first, so you know.
It's got to be better than that Seattle audio show. It kind of sucked.
But
I mean,
that
it was
wasn't the point. The show itself wasn't great, but
No.
I thought hanging out was great.
No, I bought a lot of good records, and it was a very tiny little record thing. I have to imagine it could be the suckiest record fair they ever had. It still will be good. I still will find records there.
Yeah, Cindy, just don't mock me when I'm there, please. Okay.
That's the whole plan for the whole show, Mazzy.
Yeah. We're staying right off. We're staying, 4 of us, not Doctor.
Listen, I want to live through
We're
my
staying,
fair.
like,
Don't give the address away.
2 or 3 blocks off of South Congress, right there. Great
I
area.
don't know where we're staying yet.
Yes.
my fate is in Chance's hands.
You know,
apparently.
whatever. Yeah, the spring show. Okay. You know what?
Chance is coming.
Well, we got Kimbo, Rob, myself, and Billy Bibbit. What was his name? Billy Braggs.
Yeah, it's
Billy.
good that you know the people you're staying with, Mazzy. Hey, all I want is barbecue. I want Amy's ice cream. Get the Mexican vanilla.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Just don't try to get an abortion while you're here.
Outrage. Did you hear today's outrage? People, there's a
Oh.
segment of people like
I
I'm not
hope
gonna.
it's about music. I hope.
No, it's not. But the war's fucked up, right? People are outraged that the press were asking Biden about the Israel-Gaza situation.
I'm glad Ron Beaudry's not here.
Right, but he was eating an ice cream cone when they were asking him. So they're fucking pissed off that how dare him eat ice cream while he's talking about the war and the Gaza, the whole thing.
Who
I
gives
mean,
a fuck? It's like the tan suit.
talk
Remember
about
the tan
false.
suit, Mike, with
Exactly.
Obama? Or the fucking tan suit.
You know, I know people are starving. Believe me, I know it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Israel has this fucked up this thing. Not the Israel people, but Netanyahu. That's all I'll say.
Okay, thank you.
They're great.
Hey, I got my second copy of this
Oh,
because
nice. What's wrong with the first
we
one?
had a bit
is that
on
Captain
it.
Kirk's record? What is that?
Why do you have what you ordered 2 copies?
No, I got one and it had a scuff on it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I remember. I'm
It
sorry.
was audible.
Hmm.
So it's. I know it's sold. Has it sold out? I don't know if it's sold out.
It was sold. It sold out. I think it did.
That it?
Yeah.
Yes.
My copy. It's a great
Yeah.
record.
Are you enjoying it?
Oh yeah, I love it. I like the Mal Waldron one better though. I mean, not that they really compare, but just between those two.
That
guys.
Mal Waldron is a must get. Everyone.
Yeah, dude. Do you have that one, Mazzy?
I do not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point I need to never buy a record again.
That's fair. In the same boat.
I have that problem every night.
Except for my record room and up here, I don't want to be one of those guys that has records in every fucking room.
Well,
I
you
just
could be
don't-
like me, who has one
One
room.
room.
Records all over the place.
I got a lot of space here. I got a lot of space.
But I just got one of the big giant coaxes that are going to go in my other room, and it'll get all the records.
What are in the bathroom?
I have a giant room, a separate kitchen, separate bathroom. It'll go in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, I need another storage unit for my records.
Don't we all?
And my wife is like, okay, fine, you know. And then she said, you got to get rid of one of the wine fridges.
Oh, shit.
Well, you know, I went on
You
Facebook
can send it to me with the wine in it.
I went on
take it
Facebook
for-
Marketplace
I'll
and found one for $45. So
Mm.
Yeah, but Mike's not going to buy that cheap IKEA shit. He's going to get some super nice shelving.
I don't know. I have one. I have an IKEA
okay.
storage
Look,
unit.
you
I,
said
might
you were
have-
looking for some nice. Some fancy.
I am.
What room are you in right now? Are you in a listening room? Are you in a living room? Where are you right now?
I'm sort of in like the living room area.
Okay.
I guess you was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where your setup is, or do you have a different room for your stereo?
It's actually just like it's like we have I guess you would just say sort of a sunken living room. I've always hated that term. And
That's like in the Beatles' Help. Where
yeah. So right before you take the two steps down, that's where all the equipment is.
You got a conversation pit over there? That's nice.
Yeah,
I like sunken living rooms is so like Austin Powers late 60s.
Yeah, this is like it's like an this is like an Art Deco apartment building built in like the
Nice.
if you're having a conversation with Mazzy in person, any room is fucking. Hey, I found a second copy of this, just cleaned it up. This is an OG Moodsville.
Were there 3 volumes of that or 9 volumes? It's like 9.
This thing is one of the best records I own. Next, this is
I
Killer.
should say that to all the records, Rob.
No, I mean,
how much
you
was that
find-
worth?
It could go for anywhere from 150 to 250. So
Wow.
someone wants to. I bet I probably have like 20 records of this caliber that I'm getting rid of. But
Let me find it again, Mike.
this is amazing.
I got this. I didn't show this. I don't think yet. Maybe I did. I don't know. Y'all seen this?
No.
It's like
So this
death.
is I can't read his name because it's in horrible font. Teramasu Hino, I guess.
I
Oh,
love that.
he's awesome.
I love tiramisu in an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, and
Well,
That
that
guy
came inside the jacket. It's full of it. Tiramisu.
that guy's a beast. He's on the Mal Waldron record.
Yeah,
right?
it's in the Mallet. That's why I picked this up. This is like a 70s reissue. It sounds really good. Somebody on the Discord. had
What's
picked
that
up
great
a copy.
Italian restaurant in East Fourth, a couple
I don't
blocks?
know, man. They're trying to
from
sell
where
records
you
here.
used
Who gives a
Yeah,
shit?
it's called Sabaros. They have great
No,
pizza.
there's a great Italian you walk in. There's like a charcuterie place to the right. There's high top bars. You go back the restaurant. There's a stairway up in a balcony. It's like it is from was it? There used to be a breakfast place. It's very close to East Fourth.
Yeah, Mazzy's just displaying right now. Sort of sound hip because you really can't place what he's talking
I
about.
can, but I can't remember.
You just
You're right.
described
I can't remember the
70%
place.
of the restaurants in New York, Mazzy.
No, but that was one of my favorite places. I went last time, like 6 years ago. Not last time, but 6 years ago.
That's a lifetime in the restaurant
Yeah,
business.
you're right.
Hey,
You're right.
Mark Lastman. So I ordered this off of.
I don't mind
Discord.
Japanese
It's in the mail.
jazz, Jeffrey. I just hate that fucking blowhard record.
Hey,
Well,
do you
with-
know that, Mike? Do you know that restaurant in New York? There's tables and chairs and
Yeah.
a restroom and a guy who stands out front and there.
Did I show this last week? I can't remember.
No, but you've been showing it on Discord and stuff.
I love that. I love that album.
So
I
they
love
did they do 3 albums together?
I don't know. I've got
think
2 though.
At least
This
I
one's
think 3.
way better than the other one I have though. The
That's
other one
the
has
best
got
one?
a maze on the cover or something.
I
I
think
think
it's
they're
the
all
best.
live albums.
Yeah, this is insane though. I mean, just like the improvisation between the two of them is nuts. Like if you want to hear an improvisational record that has two musicians that are just super tight, this is a good one.
Yeah, and it's a great recording. It's done by Jim Anderson, and I said this before, but like if he's on Instagram, and if you post something that he's done, he'll comment on it, and tell you about the session and how it was recorded and stuff.
Well, he didn't comment on my post. God damn it!
Well, you got to tag him early.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll do that next time.
Can you mispronounce the names in your post?
Yeah, I will. Make sure I mispronounce it. Village West, Roberto. Village West. It's really good. I've listened to it 3 or 4 times now. Which, I mean, it's bass and guitar. You're like,
Yeah.
And you're like, but then, oh my God, it's so good.
So, I'm Ron Carter, because he's really, I mean, I hope it's just him, because he's really big on social media. So he this record that I just picked up. Let me grab it here.
I mean, what's crazy about that record too is like they just kind of switch roles randomly. Like it seems like Ron will be playing like a guitar part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go read his post about this album.
Okay.
He talks about.
You're muted, Mezzy.
He talks about this piccolo that I don't know if he helped design it. Does anyone know anything about that?
Looks like a cello. I don't know.
It's not a cello. It's a piccolo and that this album was because it's him and Buster Williams is playing the bass on it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a live. It's a live record, and it is quite awesome. Hi, how you doing there, Jazz Bum Crease? So
don't mispronounce my name, damn you.
So on here, they have nice little bios. There's Kenny Barron, Buster Williams, Ben Riley, and then Ron Carter. And
we see that hat. What kind of hat is that he's wearing?
Bucket hat.
Okay, it's like
if you'd be solving crimes in New York. But this is a killer album. I don't think it's really horribly expensive, but from what he said in his post, he I think he invented. Look how tiny it is.
Yeah,
and it's a great blending between the bass and this piccolo. So, highly recommend this album.
Mike, I found the place on Great Jones Street.
No, gosh,
this place, Mike.
El Buco.
Yeah.
That is great. That place is tricky. They have two. That's their newest place.
Well,
they have the original El Buco is on Bond Street, like around the corner. Yeah, that's a great.
Do you remember that place across the street, a block away, like this weird called Great Jones, this breakfast place?
Yeah, it's gone.
But this place is so fucking good. I haven't been there since.
It is.
Okay, I looked at my reservation. 2018.
Is that the real Jazz Bum Mike? Yeah. I think this is a fake account.
It's a fucking great restaurant.
It is. Yeah.
Going to New York is part of it is going to eat. I mean, it doesn't be expensive, but
and when you're crossing the street,
when you go to most places, I don't know.
Yeah. When you're crossing the street, there, go. I'm walking here, and then go inside.
Yeah,
I've taken me and my another one of my coworkers. We've taken interns there. At the end of the summer, when they're done, just to thank them. We've taken them there.
It's so delicious.
Thank them for their months of free labor.
Yeah, exactly.
What's funny,
I've been dealing with me, not talking to them for the first month.
Yeah. Anyway, I love that place. I forgot the name of it. I always forget the name of the place, but I have it in my open table saved. So
yeah, that's a great place. The original one around the corner has been there for years before, they even redeveloped that area.
What's that main street? The street that cuts through it on the end of the Great Jones? The main one in the village.
There's what? Is it second?
Is that Broadway? That's not Broadway.
No, it's not Broadway. It's Broadway. I can't remember now. I can't remember the other street.
That's
and then
fine.
it's Second Avenue after that.
Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with these New Yorkers because they're so fucked up and they're great.
Yeah. The other was like 2 weeks ago. We went to a really good. I guess it's an Italian restaurant. It's called Peasant.
Oh my God, that's so peasant. What was the owner eating an ice cream and talking about Palestinians and Israelis?
It was actually going to close down because the original owner, it had been, it's been around for years. He was like retiring. He's like, I'm done, I'm tired. Then this restaurateur, Mark Forgione, bought the place to keep it open. And it's freaking great. They have the whole the whole fire pit and stuff like that where they because what do we have? Well, I had like suckling pig and it's freaking great.
I love New York restaurant. I love New York. There was a time I wanted to move to Manhattan. I mean, it's long gone. It's too late now, but there was a time.
Never too late, man. You can move to Manhattan.
No, in 2006, 7, and 8, I'd go there for 2 months every January, February, dead of winter. I rented this apartment on East 17th, right across from the W. It was a walk-up, same place. They gave me a good deal for 2 months. And I used to go like 3 nights a week to Casa Mano on Irving Place.
I love freaking Casa Mano.
Right?
Yeah, it's still there. It's a
wine bar next to it. There's that wine bar.
It survived the whole Mario Batali thing.
You mean the Me Too shit? Yeah.
Yeah. It's still there. Still like a solid place to go. I'd recommend it to.
Was it his restaurant or something?
Well, it was part of that restaurant group. Him, Joe Bostonich, who is Lydia's son. They had a whole restaurant group. They were all partners. And then, they ended up having to buy Mario out when the whole...
Mike, I'm coming to New York at the record show in the fall. I don't know where I'm staying yet because it's Manhattan yet, but we have to go there one night maybe.
All right, cool. Yeah, definitely.
Mazzy, go stay at that place that's across the street from the thing in the place with the chairs.
What No, because I mean, who's been very generous is Arnaldo, but I don't think I want to stay in Queens when I'm in Manhattan this time. So
yeah, and that's a pretty nice location where they're having the record.
Yeah, I know that. I know that location.
That's the one in November.
It's in Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
It's the end of October, early November.
Yeah, I gotta put that. I gotta.
And there's a hotel
calendar now.
There's a hotel I used to stay in Chelsea. But it's like literally doubled what it used to be. So fuck that shit.
There's a building with high rise and guys cleaning windows and
fire. When was the last time you went there? 1970.
So if anyone lives near Chelsea that wants to put me up for like 4 nights, let me know.
Oh God.
But otherwise, I'll find an Airbnb.
My niece lives in Brooklyn.
I don't want to live in Brooklyn. This is Manhattan this time. I don't want to have to I don't want to take the fucking subway. I know.
The only way you can really go there is if you use points.
I have I already got my airline ticket because I have points, and I have.
You probably would have been better off using it on hotel.
Well, no, I don't have. I have IHG points, and even the hotels with my points, I don't have enough.
Well, when is the record show?
It's like the end of October, early November. Those 3 or 4 nights, 3 days. Is that the place next to the place? What the fuck?
the place
with the red door.
The guy with the eye.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet Cindy. She'll probably be disappointed, but I want to meet you, Cindy. So
there's a dog too.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody should go watch our Ray Angry video. Somebody's watching it.
Yeah, actually, I watched it earlier today.
What video?
Really good.
What video?
We interviewed Ray Angry. He's a jazz.
Oh, okay. You're doing Ray Angry. Is that the beat? What's the call? What label is it? JMI?
JMI, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, they reached out to me the first time. I refused because I don't know about it. It wasn't that guy, a different one. But I'm finally going to interview in March Sasha. The
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, soft roller. Yeah, that's awesome.
partly because, first of all, she's a vibraphonist and she's from San Francisco.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
love that record, and I know
Yeah,
about
that's a great record.
I even said to them, I said, I don't know about, you should talk to jazz bums, and there's all these other people that know more about jazz than I do, but Mazzy's not Bridge and Tunnel.
We're experts in pronouncing the names.
I am not Bridge and Tunnel. I'm Snoot in Manhattan.
Bridge and Tunnel.
Brooklyn's cool though. I would, but
Roberta,
I like
you're
walking
ripping off
around.
Mike
I
Jones
like
from-
walking around at night in New York City. That's why I want to stay like somewhere. It doesn't have to be in Chelsea, but somewhere in that area. So,
Do you know there's a hot dog place that's a secret door? You have to go through this door, and there's a bar inside the hot dog place.
if
You know
I knew someone in New York that had a great place in Manhattan that would do a trade, they could stay in my place in Seattle, and I do a swap out.
Yeah, that's an even trade.
I have a great place.
You do have a great place, but it's not equal.
Is it more so or less so?
No, you walk outside the door in Manhattan, you're in Manhattan. You walk inside your door.
Yeah, but
you have
I'm like
get
5
yourself
minutes to
to
the light
Seattle.
rail. You can take an Uber. Give me a break. You can in 20 minutes. You're at Hendrix's gravesite.
Yes. And you know what, Mazzy? You walk outside the door in Manhattan, you're at your grave.
You're
site.
in your own grave. Oh man.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
Some of those apartments are crazy small. I mean,
That's like the first time in 16 years that wax has been funny.
You know, there was I saw a girl on a YouTube or TikTok video where her apartment was 60 square feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
Sure.
you're paying $600 a month for it.
Oh, how much?
$600,
That's
$650.
cheap. That's cheap.
And it is, but it's not. It's
No, I stayed with
Yeah.
friends in Manhattan who have like tiny apartments back in the 80s. I know it's yeah.
yeah. No, I've never lived in.
Hey
a
Mike,
small-
when people come to visit me, if you ever come, Mike, if you want to come to Seattle, you Mike
Mhm.
or Jazz Bum Mike, I have a guest room. I will drive you around like Rob. Rob, one thing about Rob, the one thing he drives people around.
yeah, no, you come. I drove Mike around.
Yeah,
Right.
that was great.
I
Yeah.
drove Mike around too.
Yeah.
Who drove you better?
We both drove him crazy.
I had two drivers in LA, Rob and Jim.
Yeah,
Mm.
Jim was good.
And you
Yeah,
survived.
you know,
It's a miracle.
I mean,
This is like the reverse of driving Miss Daisy.
I'm all in on the record thing, and that's hanging around with Jim. That's what we do. He goes to do business, and I flip through records while I'm there.
Hey, Louie, if you ever come to Seattle, you got a place here.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah,
as
you
long
know
as I
what,
can-
Louie, just meet me across the street from the place with the thing.
as long as I can vet you, you can stay here. But if I can't vet you, you can't stay here. Oh, actually, Nicole, I'm driving down in I'm going to a wedding April. I'm going to be in the Bay Area for a week, but I'm going to have my car because I'm driving down. I'm
Yeah.
going to go to East Bay for George Borden, so maybe we could all meet up.
Yeah, Nicole, that should be the week you go away.
Yeah.
The week you go to Seattle.
Oh,
He'll
I
trade
met
houses
Nicole- I
with
met
you.
Nicole at Tunnel Records, so
that's why she's leaving town that week.
so she's from the East Bay. She lives in the East Bay, I think, right? Yeah. You know, you're Louis. You passed the test. You already vetted. You're vetted.
Yeah, if you go skipping around Dallas with Jazz Bum Chris, you're
Everybody
fine.
here is vetted. Mike and
Skipping around.
Chris, and Wax, all the jazz bums are vetted.
Mhm.
But I can't.
Felipe will steal your teeth while you're asleep.
My what player?
I said Felipe will steal your teeth and sell them when you're asleep. You better watch out.
Oh, my teeth. Oh, I get it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
is
was
good.
talking with my brother, who's my nephew, who's a dentist now, so I have free dental care, and he's trying to get to do implants. He said once you get certified to do implants,
Oh God.
that you're made. And
Oh yeah.
my nephew just graduated. He's already working 4 days a week in his practice.
Yeah.
But took him on.
You know when
Yeah,
I
like-
yeah.
Crazy.
my dentist, you know, she doesn't do implants, but you know, she refers you to some other person, you know, and there's like some, you know, she's like this ritzy thing. She doesn't like she takes my insurance, but she doesn't take much insurance. The guy that does the freaking implants doesn't take any insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and that's, you know, but you know, he survives because, you know, that's, you know, he's got this reputation. But I'm like, yeah, and I've got some new insurance in my job. I'm like, nah, I'm going to somebody that takes insurance. I can't.
But or I recommend having a nephew who's a dentist. But he says, like, you do implants. Like when we see Felipe with a new box set, there was an implant just done.
Oh yeah, we're gonna. What is it? I'm trying to think what was the bill for my wife's implant. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And there's no insurance. No, guy, we don't.
Dental insurance is the biggest scam. If you have a plan with a company, you're cool. But if you're independent freelance like me or Rob, don't buy dental insurance. It's not worth it.
Well, no, I'm full time now, so
because you pay $100, maybe $80 to $150 a month, right? But so you get maybe free cleaning a couple times a year, but the maximum is some like $1,500. So any dental thing is going to be over $2,000,
right?
So
exactly,
and they don't cover it. They don't cover. It's not like a co-payment, and then it's maximum $2,000 on your insurance, so you're fucked. So,
Louis, I didn't ignore your text. I didn't see anything on Insta. I only have the Jazz Bumps Insta though. So if it was something else, I don't know where that would be.
Oh man. Well.
Yeah, I'm gonna in a few minutes, like 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna have to get ready to go to this thing. I'm going.
Where are you going?
The thing. This is like
my university's in town. They're having a meetup social thing.
The thing.
Oh,
We have to go to the thing. That's like Paul or Woody Allen and Annie Hall. The thing. We have the thing.
Listen, Harry's Music Room. If anyone needs some implants, it's you. And I'm not talking about teeth.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. What are you? Oh.
I drove Harry's Music Room around LA.
You're very generous. You're basically an Uber driver.
Even when you were here, you're very generous. I like Wax, and I think people misunderstand when they meet him.
No,
he's not Wax. Rob the Waxed is not the asshole he appears to be.
No, the people who hate me, I'm an asshole. Trust me.
But I've hung out with you for you were here for 4 days, and we had a great time.
No, yes. I mean,
yes.
Look, if I've shown some horribleness to you, there's a good reason. I'm very perceptive.
You and I and Michael Poetry on Plastic, it was like Three's Company in this house.
No, it wasn't.
Which one were you, Janet? I mean,
yeah.
I was Norm.
The only similarity is Macys
was the landlord, Norm.
And Mrs. Rope are all bundled into one.
Yeah. We had a good time. We had a great time at Costco. We went to Costco to buy snacks for the party and booze for the party. It was fun.
I tell you, Rob gave me a killer tourist trip that made my daughter really happy, because he told us about this thing at Venice Beach where they have all of the food trucks,
right?
And we went there Friday night, and it was freaking my daughter loved it.
Abbot-Kinney, there's that famous sandwich place from Venice. They just opened a location. They're opening some in the U.S. They opened one in Abbot-Kinney.
Yeah, that was great.
Go to Abbot-Kinney. That's where you'll see famous people walking around.
Yeah, and they actually, I think they went. My wife and daughter went back to that area the next day. So.
I mean, if anyone's around this Sunday coming up, it's supposed to rain, but the Pasadena Flea Market, that'll be fun on Sunday.
You find lots of good stuff out there?
I don't leave there with bad records, but other record stores are near there, so I'll just go there.
Yeah.
I don't see famous people at Record Safari. I mean, I would assume I never really see famous people at record stores, believe it or not. As much as I'm there, like Amoeba, you would think I'd see more. No. I mean, if I had a lot of money, I'd stay home and listen to the records and just order it off the internet. You know,
I've seen a couple of Pearl Jam guys
Yeah,
over
that makes sense.
at Easy
Easy
Street.
Street?
Two or three of them live in West Seattle there, so that's like their local thing. And a couple of Mudhoney guys. It's funny how big grunge here is. Like literally like Pearl Jam and grunge is literally like a sports franchise in Seattle. People are so into it. It's amazing.
Well, it's because the Kenna was born there.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but I mean, but you don't think of. I know it's older, but in San Francisco, people all of a sudden think of, oh, the Airplane and the Dead. There's so much other stuff.
I mean, the sandwiches are expensive. I haven't been there yet, Joey, but the bread. Everyone's saying the bread is dry. If they ship that bread in from Italy, people are not giving it the raves that they do of the one in Italy.
Joey Callia, wake up. Not wake up, but it's nice to see you. I'm glad you're. Are you playing again? Are you guys playing?
They were just down in San Juan
He
Capistrano.
sent me a picture of him performing, and he had "It's the Music Stupid" T-shirt on. How cool is that? Right.
Well, Joey's going to be here in June. Joey, let me know.
You talking about Toto or Bilbo here?
June 1st here. They're playing here June 1st. That's when Rachel and Sue are going to be guests in the waxed room.
My DNA's in there.
Exactly. I'm going to leave a black light. Oh man. Yeah, Elijah Wood is used to be. I don't know if he still is a record collector.
I'm sure they go there at their times, but I'm everywhere.
That was one of the first kind of vinyl videos I remember seeing on YouTube. Elijah and his friend were talking about records and stuff and showed their collection way back 10 years ago.
I mean, you got to think, Mazzy, the amount of people that watch your channel, there's got to be famous people that watch your shit.
Yeah. I get some weird, interesting inboxes occasionally from.
No, you talk to I remember like Michael J. Fox is big in fantasy sports, and
Louis,
said,
Louis,
I am a nerd.
I'm sorry, Louis. Sometimes you'll send me stuff at the time and I don't listen to that. I forget about it, but I don't forget about the music. I love your stuff, so I love it.
I like the Vampire song, but I like the other one better.
You got it too? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So so Mazzy, I don't know if I don't know if I'm going, but we may be back in Seattle sometime after March.
Oh, if I'm around, I'd like to meet you.
Is there another school looking again?
Yeah, because UW has said they're gonna between March 1st and 15th they're gonna announce the send out the notices.
Oh,
and then
I thought she didn't like UW.
No, we loved it.
Oh,
but
okay.
now it's funny, when you get that distance, you're like, oh, I don't know, it's
right.
It's
I mean, the campus itself is beautiful.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
it's got winters, like dark winters. But it's so funny.
Yeah.
People always complain about here, and then they realize, look, go to Minnesota, go to Wisconsin. You don't have that cold. It's compared to the rest of the country, it's somewhat moderate. We have maybe 3 days of snow in the entire year, if that. But it gets dark in the wintertime. That's the main thing.
Mazzy, maybe I'll go. My nephew, I have like 12 nieces and nephews, but he's at Oregon, so maybe I might go up and see him and maybe work.
You guys are welcome here, and obviously Mike too. Whatever, if you ever need like a local, I hate to say emergency number, but a number of someone, I'm totally.
And we've gotten some friends. We have some friends that live up there. They own like this restaurant called it's like healthy eating place called Bounty Kitchen. I think it's in the Queen Anne or is
it a 24-hour tofu place?
No. No.
Joey, are you back? Are you back in town?
No, he's still at his gig in.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how he was down. I don't know. Okay.
We'll see.
What are we gonna see?
If I go anywhere, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's great. That's great, Joey.
Mike. If you come up here again, we got to meet Joey. He knows wine like. I mean, he always brings a great bottle of wine over. Not that that's the reason he comes over, but he knows fucking wines, man.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
I might do that.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. I've never been to Walla Walla, you know, the wine country here.
Yeah.
10 years now, I haven't gone over there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like all of Eastern Washington
Yeah,
State.
you have to go over. Yeah,
That's
That's
where
where all
they
the
grow
Trumpers
everything,
are at, right, Mazzy?
I'm sorry?
So that's where all the Trumpers are at, right? On the other side of the mountains.
Except for right in the midst of it. But yes.
You know,
You know who owns? I think owns out there. I don't know if it's Walla Walla, but Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah,
He's the quarterback from the Patriots. And you know, some people think I've never tasted it, so I can't comment on. But some people think it's
I've heard it's very good wine.
pretty good. Yeah. So
It's probably better than his quarterback play when he was a Cowboy.
the last time I went out to Seattle, instead of going to Walla Walla, we drove down to Portland and we went to the wine country out there, which was great. It was great.
If you're not in a rush, driving on the Highway 1 on the coast, it takes forever because you get behind some Winnebago, but the Oregon coast, the California coast, even Washington, the Olympic, it's stunning. It's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Northern California.
My wife would have to drive the coast. I don't.
No, it's you have to have patience. But the redwoods, Northern California, the land of the giants, basically.
Yeah.
Can you sing that song, Mazzy?
Which song?
In the redwood forest.
The Gulf Stream Waters. You know who wrote that song? Woody Guthrie.
Yes, that guy. Well, you pronounced it wrong, Mazzy.
Yeah, and going down from San Francisco through Half Moon Bay, through Carmel and Monterey.
Yeah, you go down. I did that drive.
That is so going through. God, what's the place? Esalen, all that whole.
Where Hearst Castle is.
Well, that's in San Luis Obispo. That's 101. But on the coast, it's one of the most gorgeous, most beautiful drives you'll ever take.
What's that one drive through Monterey? What is that name? That's the
49-mile scenic drive. No, that's the Bay Area 49.
Yeah.
There's something else. What is it called? I know that you're talking about. You go by Pebble Beach in that area. Yeah.
Oh gosh, Pebble Beach.
Well, yeah, but it's
one day. You know, I used to have a desire to play golf there, but now
Big Sur.
I no longer have a desire to.
Big Sur is so beautiful down there.
Did you play a lot of golf, Mike?
Yeah. I took the summer off because I was like injured, but yeah, I play a lot of golf. Yeah.
Yeah, Paso Robles. I mean, San Luis Obispo in that area. You know, the whole idea of remember Sideways, that whole area down there. Yeah, it's so beautiful. God, I mean, there's a certain part of California that I truly miss because it's so great. But I mean, up here in Washington, there's so much beauty up here as well.
Yeah.
When you live in a place, you really don't.
You kind of take it for granted a little bit. But,
I mean, I live like a 10-15 minute walk to the beach.
Yeah,
I don't go down there.
I know Santa Monica really well. I love Santa Monica. I love that area. If I lived in LA, it would be Santa Monica because it's not quite as hot as everywhere else, and you're close to the ocean.
No, I mean the June gloom, the clouds stay on. Like right now, clouds stay on the coast. It's sometimes 20 degrees cooler than the rest of the
Morro Bay is great. Yeah. I'm not going to go see. I don't think I'm going to see Dylan again. I've seen him so many times. So no Harry.
There's what's that big festival? I just saw published where Dylan's going to be
at the Gorge. Apparently, no, you know. I know the doctor wants me to get out to the Gorge, his place, and I'll get there eventually. But I kind of like people like Dylan. As much as I love him, I've seen him so many times. I have no interest again.
I'm ready to see. I'm excited to see Herbie in April.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, he's playing at Disney Concert Hall, but I'm going to try and get tickets to that show in August.
Santa Cruz too, Nicole. Yeah, I used to go see There's a club, the Catalyst. You'd see like Neil Young doing warm-up tours.
They have the boardwalk there if you like the movie The Lost Boys. That's where
Yeah,
they filmed
but
it.
the Catalyst, I saw Neil Young twice where they did like not rehearsals, but you know, they started out, it's like doing off Broadway before they went on tour. And I would see Neil Young, Crazy Horse there, and El Granada in Miramar Beach.
Oh man,
I love Santa Cruz, and I like Monterey. I like Carmel. Carmel didn't used to be so expensive. Now it's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
is that a
That's
jazz
cool.
musician, Nicole?
That's
Ben Lamond?
Oh, Ben Lomond. That's down there.
Oh, look, you done fucked up another
That's
pronunciation.
south of
You didn't
Santa
even know.
Cruz. That's,
No, California. What the
is
fuck?
Ben
You can't
Lomond
live there
down
anymore.
near Watsonville in that area, Nicole?
I believe it or not, I have not been in a majority of California. That's how big it is.
Has a majority of California been in you though?
Oh,
People don't realize how fucking huge California
Man.
is.
that's huge.
I mean, it's like Texas.
I'm forgetting my channel of strike
It's
there.
Texas big, except it's long. You know, it takes what 12 hours to drive. 15
Driving
hours?
driving from Louisiana into Houston is okay, but once you go out of San Antonio,
Dude, driving across Texas is
you're like on another planet.
Yeah.
You're like
Seattle to San Francisco is 12 to 13 hours. If you
you're
drive
like saying to
straight.
yourself, "What did I do to deserve this?"
For real.
And then you got to
California,
go through North New Mexico. You have to get to Arizona. I did it in one day. I drove from Houston to Phoenix in one day.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Jesus Christ. No thanks.
Yeah.
We used to go to Alabama every summer, and it felt like it took the most time just to get the fuck out of Texas.
Remind me,
California is not Mexico, Roberto.
Harry, remind me where the Hog's Breath Bar. That sounds really familiar. That's in Carmel, right?
Yes.
Hog's Breath? I think the Hog's Breath's in Carmel. I think so. If that's the one you're thinking about, I think so.
Hog's Breath.
Cumbia Jazz Center in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz has a place on the pier that has chocolate covered bacon.
So is that
I've
good?
been to
It actually surprisingly is good.
I've been to that bar, restaurant, hotel, that motel that what's his name? Clint Eastwood used to own.
I grew up going to Ocean City, Maryland. That boardwalk is huge. And then you hear about the Santa Cruz boardwalk and you go, what? That's tiny. And I need a Banana Slugs t-shirt. That's what I need.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I like banana slugs.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood bar. I have been there. It's been like many years. Is it even called that still? Maybe it is. I haven't been to Carmel in probably 15 to 18 years. We used to go down there a lot. It's so nice down there. I love Monterey area, that whole area.
I think might want to try and bring things to a close so I can get ready to go and rub elbows with people. I've been to Solvang.
Solvang coming up from Santa Barbara. We used to stop there.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if you want to go to one place, go to Yosemite. I'm not big on like being wowed by things.
Yeah.
But Yosemite's pretty crazy.
I've never been to Yosemite.
Here's what's funny. You enter the park, it takes 45 minutes to get to the main part of Yosemite.
How long does it take to get to Yosemite Sam's place?
Well, I'll tell you.
You know, you're the kind of guy that like I could paint a tunnel in a big rock and you would drive through it.
Yes, there you go, Mazzy. That's the funniest you've ever been.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish Putterman would come to Austin. That'd be awesome. Hey, Louie, I'm going to stream here in a minute as soon as this is over, so you don't have to be bored.
You're going to stream?
What are you going to play?
I don't know yet. I'm going to stream on Twitch. I'm going to post the link here. In case
We don't do Twitch. That's like for the kids.
Well, not everyone is. I don't know.
I don't okay, Mike, you tell me. Do you have a Twitch account?
I might because of Chris. You know,
might. You don't have a fucking.
Well, I can't do it on YouTube because they always shut
Don't
the
make
shit
it
down.
up.
no, because I watch Chris. You know.
Listen, Mazzy. AGK's almost as old as you, and he's a star on Twitch.
I Twitch. Give me a break. Twitch is dead. Yeah. If you can't do YouTube, why bother, right?
Well, you can't play records on YouTube.
So I won't find you here, Chris, if you're only Twitch.
Yes, correct.
You don't mirror on YouTube?
No, because they shut the stream down for like 45 minutes.
Okay, well then it's nice knowing you. Okay.
All right, I'll see you Friday.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe. Sounds like a threat.
Yeah, maybe. I might have a date Friday night.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Bring your date.
Did she find you through your channel? She might be trying to get your money.
See you guys later.
All right, bye.
All right, see you guys.
Well, I appreciate everyone coming around. People are going about their business. I have to shave.
That was pretty funny.
Change it to something more appropriate.
All right.
All right, but I appreciate everyone coming around. All of you guys, enjoy your evenings, and we'll catch you Friday night on the Jazz Bombs. Go watch Chris stream some music. I can't pronounce the names of the artists.
Yes. I'll probably be live in about 5-10 minutes.
He might play some Gabar's Hasbo or
Maybe
Meals Dubas.
Yes. I didn't realize that. Oh, never mind. I'm not even going to address that whole thing.
Yes. And I'd like to say that this stream is Joey Callio approved. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Later.
Enjoy your evenings. Bye.